Everyone. Today is Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. It is officially the first day of summer. Summer vacation is here. I know for those who are out of school, y'all already started your summer vacation, but it is officially the first day of summer. So prepare for that hot weather to be coming around. It's already going to be 81 degrees today. Um, so today is the summer solstice, the longest daylight hours of the year, and the official start of summer. So how is everybody feeling on this Wednesday's workshop? We're going to have the young people today talking about AI. So make sure you have your pen and paper ready. Make sure you have any questions that you might want to ask about artificial intelligence, as that will be brought by the young people. I see Robert Holman coming up in here through Facebook. Good morning to you, Deborah Johnson, and good morning to Victoria Murray, who is tuning in through LinkedIn. Also, for our audio and podcast listeners, we just want to say thank you for listening in. And with that being said, y'all know what we do here. Let's get some news in motion.
News in motion.
Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing today? It is Isaiah Jones, the media freelancer, the guy behind all the buttons here at News in Motion. Today we're doing something a little different. We are going to have a Wednesday workshop discussing AI, but it will be brought to you by yours truly, and of course, Lexi Williams, our youth ambassador, as Miss Gail is away on a conference. So make sure that you have your pen and paper ready. Make sure that you have any questions that you are going to ask. Make sure that you also share this with a couple of friends. Make sure to like this on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, make sure to like or heart it, so that way the algorithm will show our recent feed. As I mentioned before, good morning to you, Marianne Jackson, coming in from YouTube. And good morning, Kaylani, who's also tuning in from YouTube as well. Good morning, Miss Adrian, tuning in from YouTube. Today is also the first day of summer. So what do you plan on doing in the summer? What are some summer activities that you remember doing as a kid? Or what are some summer activities that you might want to do with your family? It could go hiking, it could be camping, making campfire s'mores, or just going out to the beach or something. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on our youth ambassador, Lexi Williams, who is going to give us a couple of headline news and also share with us the national days for today. So hello, Lexi, how are you doing this morning? Oh, thank you.
Good. How are you? There we go.
Oh, there we
There
go.
we go. Come on, Mike. Come on. We're going to go back to the Zoom days. Come on.
How are you doing this morning? I'm loving the
good.
glow that you got going right now.
Woo, thank you. Thank you. I'm good, though.
So I'm gonna turn it over to you as we prepare for some headline news and also hear about the national days. But don't go away, y'all, because we'll be right back together to talk about artificial intelligence. Is it a threat or is it an ally? Stay tuned. Go ahead, Lexi.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, hello, everybody. Hello, News in Motion family, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Hope your week has been as great as you are. Of course, thank you to Auntie Gail and the wonderful team behind News in Motion. I am Lexi Williams, your youth ambassador and your special reporter on today. So today we'll be getting into the truth from the youth. Ron DeSantis being secretive. So evidence from this story comes from the Washington Post. I told Auntie Gail yesterday I've been eager to talk about him. I knew he would do something else worth talking about sometime soon. So here we go. To begin, Florida's previous Republican governors never had an easy relation with the state Supreme Court, as in decades of governors. Now that DeSantis has stepped in, he has managed to remove a congressional district with a larger Black population. This made it easier for the death penalty to be used. And to top it all off, the Washington Post reported now it's poised to rule on the governor's plan to outlaw most abortions in the third most populous state. So isn't that suspicious? Well, let's see what we can find out. Now that DeSantis has stepped in, he has managed to remove a congressional district with larger Black population that made it easier for the death penalty, right? So we found that suspicious. So then we moved on to, according to the Washington Post, DeSantis seized on the unusual retirement of 3 liberal justices at once to quickly remove the court. So he quickly removed 3 people so he can put in his other 3 people that he wanted specifically. It was all a part of a plan. Stay with me though. He did so with the help of a secretive panel led by Leonard Leo, the key architect of the U.S. Supreme Court conservative majority that quietly vetted judicial nominees in an Orlando conference room 3 weeks before the governor's inauguration. It's a lot of big words, y'all. DeSantis spoke to a conservative podcast saying, "So what I do is I convene a group of people that I trust, some people in Florida, some people outside of the state who you would know, who I'm not going to say because, it's private." That's what they all say. The governor's efforts have yielded one of the most conservative state Supreme Courts in the country, reflecting Florida's shift from a politically competitive state to a testing ground for the culture war legislation. Over with its new right of center majority, the Florida State Supreme Court has repeatedly enabled DeSantis's political agenda and soon will decide his legacy on abortion rights, race, and sex education that is now at the heart of DeSantis's presidential bid. After DeSantis took office in 2019, he had managed to appoint 3 new justices in 2 weeks, making the court go from a 4-3 liberal majority to a 6-1 conservative advantage. Now we move into the decisions of the dominantly conservative Florida Supreme Court. I quote from the Washington Post, "With its new right of center majority, the Florida Supreme Court has repeatedly enabled DeSantis's political agenda and soon will decide his legacy on abortion rights." Recently, DeSantis signed a law reducing the numbers of jurors needed to decide a death penalty. I'm not justifying that every person that committed a crime doesn't deserve punishment, but why take away jurors to decide a death penalty? What was the reason for it? Sometimes we need more people to open up others' perspectives. Imagine if we went from 6 to 4 jurors, and 3 of those jurors were closed-minded people, not willing to open up to a different perspective. To them, this is just another file, not another person. So that's what I have on DeSantis, right? So this is where it segues into I need you to vote. Auntie asked both me and Isaiah to connect voting into our own personal experiences, so I decided to put my own twist on it. So I need you to vote. Why? Sometimes I question why people have to ask why they should vote. I understand some people are quite clueless because they've never learned or no one ever taught them. But if you open your eyes and take a look around you, whether it be educationally, politically, financially, or environmentally, that is why you should vote. Like I said earlier, Auntie Gail asked us yesterday to make this personal. And to be honest, this was a bit harder for me to answer, not because the question itself is hard, but because I didn't want to say the same thing over and over. So I decided to communicate with you all in a different way that only some may be able to understand, because not everyone is willing to understand the reality of what's happening. So if you know me, you know I'm probably stepping into my spoken word and poetry bag. So of course, before I start, I always read this before I show you this side of my creativity. This is me through the eyes of my creativity, trying to show you, tell you how I feel, communicating in such a way that it forces you to acknowledge what was and what is. These are my thoughts, feelings, and random spurs of inspiration. Finished or unfinished, it's me. So I only ask that you hear it with an open heart and not a closed mind. So here you go. If you agree with me with what I'm saying or you just like it, just put a snap emoji in the comments to let me know you see me. I need you to vote. But it's different this time. I need you to vote. I need you to see what this word means to me. Voluntarily open to evolution. Vote. For Black, for white, whether you see a change in sight, I need you to fight for the ones who don't have a voice, for those who feel they have no choice. Please be the echo of their small voices. I am begging you and pleading you to make the right choice. For you have a voice and I need you to use it. Don't abuse it and misuse it for the next generations. I need to really give you more of an explanation. This shall always be a situation that will always require a conversation. Thank you. So our side notes. In honor of our temporary three-year anniversary, we encourage all of you viewers and listeners to register at least 3 people to vote this week. Also, if you're not registered to vote, it's a good time to do so. So that is why I need you to vote. Hopefully that made sense to somebody, but thank you for listening. Isaiah can come on in here. Oh, I see the snaps in the chat. Yes, Ms. Marion Jackson, I see you.
That was clever right there. Not only the snap poetry, but also this. I see the snaps in the chat. I see what you did there. But I think we missing another thing about from you, the national days.
Uh-oh. Y'all caught me slipping. Okay, hold on. Y'all really caught me slipping.
That's all right.
National days. Here we go. Today is Canada's National Indigenous Peoples Day, Go Skateboarding Day, International Day of the Celebration of Solstice, which, like Isaiah said earlier, which means it's the first day of summer, International Day of Yoga, take time to find your Zen, National Arizona Day, National Cookie Day, National Day of Indigenous People for America, National Day of the Gong, National Daylight Appreciation Day. So get out. You know what? It's my assignment to you. Go outside, take a breath of fresh air, go on the porch, chill out with the family. You can do it tonight, maybe with candles and everything. Get you some citronella. You don't want to get bit, honey. Trust me, I've got bit so many times. Let's see. National Dog Party Day, National Peaches and Cream Day, National Seashell Day, National Selfie Day, okay, National Reserves Day, World Day of Music. I'm a music person personally. This is my day. So here we are. So what's your favorite type of music? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite type, your favorite genre, your favorite era, 80s, 2000s? Let me know. It's World Giraffe Day and World Motorcycle Day. I know that was a lot of days, but stay with me. Yep.
Okay. I love a good cookie and then you said peaches and cream. So I did not know that had its own national. Now, is there a national strawberries and cream day? Because I know that's a popular combo too.
Now we'll see if we're gonna run into it. If we do, I'll let you know.
And then also you said national selfies day.
Yep. Take a selfie.
Good morning to you. As I see more people coming in here. Good morning to you, Kim Emerson, tuning in through YouTube. Who else came in here? Stephanie Burbridge Hall. Good morning, tuning in from Facebook. Miss Donita Booker. Good morning to you as well, and also good morning to Miss Sardinia and Dr. Antoinette. So, Lexi, we just want to say thank you for your special report, and thank you for that inspiring poem voting. Kailani says he likes old school hip hop and R&B for the music. Oh yeah, for the
yeah.
For the National Music Days, I also like the old school hip hop and R&B, anything from the 90s basically.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good times. Those were classic times. But Lexi, we will see you back in a moment. I have a couple of headlines myself, so we will see you for our PowerPoint. All right, y'all. So in other news, we have some underwater noise was detected in the area of searching for a sub that was heading towards the Titanic wreckage. This was discovered by the Coast Guard, and this is being reported by CBS. Underwater noise has been detected in the area of the search for the sub that went missing while carrying 5 people to the wreckage of the Titanic, the U.S. Coast Guard says. In a tweet just a few hours ago, the Coast Guard says the noise were picked up by a Canadian P-3 aircraft, and as a result, underwater operations were relocated to try to locate the origin of the noise. So basically, a sub carrying 5 people was heading towards the wreckage of the ship that is known as Titanic. See if they could find anything new. And apparently, they heard a noise, and now the Coast Guard is now looking for this missing sub. So with the technology that we have nowadays, I don't know how a sub can go missing, but hopefully and prayerfully those people can be found. The Navy, the Coast Guard can do whatever they can to bring them home. So, with that being said, that sounds like a good transition to talk about our PowerPoint and our Wednesday workshop for today. AI, is it a threat or is it an ally? So, be sure that you have your pen and paper ready. I'm going, Lexi, how are we talking about AI today? Do you believe
You
it's a
know,
threat or ally?
I mean, it's both, and I think we need to come to a decision of how we're going to use it because we can't use it everywhere. We'll get into those reasons later, but I'm gonna go with the or. I'm gonna do the or today.
The or? Okay. All right. So speaking of AI, what is the origin of AI and what does it mean? AI is another word for artificial intelligence, and it is intelligence demonstrated by machines as opposed to intelligence displayed by humans or by other animals. The intelligence aspect of it encompasses the ability to learn and to reason, to generalize, or to infer meaning. For Norbert Wiener, a pioneer in cybernetics, the aim was to unify mathematical theory, electronics, and atom motion as a whole theory of control and communication, both in animals and in machines. So that's basically a little debrief on the origin of AI and basically who was the first creator of AI. So, Lexi, can you talk about where it came from?
Yeah, so where did AI come from? Dating back to the 1940s, the ideas of AI were planted by philosophers who attempted to describe the process of human thinking as the mechanical manipulation of symbols.
Mm. So, what does that mean to you? What do you think of when you hear manipulation of symbols?
Man, that's a complicated question, really. I didn't know it dated all the way back to the 1940s. Of course, I thought AI was like something new with this whole chat GPT and everything else. I was like, oh, this must be new to the system. But all the way back to the 1940s is crazy.
So,
But
would it
manipulation.
so would
Go
you
ahead.
so would it technically be considered outdated? Is there a thing now called outdated AI versus modern AI? AI. If we were to really talking about the origin and it dating back to 1940s versus nowadays versus today's AI, which is more up to date, more state of the art. It can respond faster, but also and also has its pros and cons too, which we're going to talk about. Like Lexi, I think we can you hear us, Lexi?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure you were still here with us.
Okay.
But for the four main areas of AI, we have the reactive machines. Basically, these are machines that are AI, just full on AI operated. No human is controlling them. These are systems that have no memory and are tasked with specific and meaningful responsibilities that are inputted into delivering the same output. And these also are machines with limited memory. The next type of AI will have an evolution with limitless memory. So, Lexi, what do the last two areas of AI mean to you
It
when you
is your
hear?
theory of mind and your self-awareness, right?
Yep, self awareness. So that means that the AI is becoming more aware of what it can do and what how it can function. So you think that we don't and won't need a human to give it controls or anything?
I Probably not, but with the way technology is, at the end of the day, its self-awareness is not going to solve the problem of authenticity. So we had the same conversation earlier in school. So when I write a paper, I'm going to be more authentic. I'm going to be my work is going to represent who I am, right? If I do it through AI, it's not, it's just going to be robotics and big words that I don't ever use. So it's not going to be authentic. It's not going to be personable or just anything that anyone can relate to. And that's what my work to represent. Like my work will always speak for me, and me doing that, what does that represent about me? Does it make me lazy? Yeah, probably. So I'm just saying, like when you use AI, and depending on how you use it, I'm not saying everyone uses it like the same way, or you can use it in different ways. But what does it say about you when you use it?
Okay. And then we also have the pros and cons of artificial intelligence. So the pros, error-free processing, helps in repetitive jobs, 24/7 availability, right decision making, digital assistance, faster decision making, implementing AI in risky situations, and new inventions. But to everything that has a positive side, there's also a downside. So these are some cons of AI. High cost of creation. You're looking at about a good billion, million, maybe even $1 trillion. We're looking at Elon Musk type of money right there. Um, Increased unemployment, lacking creativity, lacking improvement, and no human replication. So, if AI was to take over, that means the likelihood of unemployment would definitely increase, especially in the marketplace. Groceries, fast food. We're already seeing that in some states, like Florida, California, even here in Ohio. I saw
Right.
some AI, taking over at a local drive-through. So, it's
Right. So, sorry, were you going? Go ahead.
no.
Okay, I was
Go
gonna say, so like
ahead.
in the chat, what do y'all think, right? So, do you think the government's gonna take over it? Have you ever experienced it with AI? Like, what do you think about it? Tell us what you think, right?
Kim
'Cause we have
Emerson
high,
put a good point here too. She said you can never replace authenticity.
exactly, right. So, what do you think about the high cost? How is it going to affect you? Do you think it's going to affect your kids? Well, it's going to affect anyone's laziness. Like, we already think some people are lazy up now. We're not going to talk about you. That's your business. But still, what
Or
do you think? Where's this AI going to go, right?
for the people who's lazy, do you think this AI could motivate them in a way? Or like you said before, do you think that with the cost of AI and with inflation now, what would that mean for the economy? State of not just your local states but worldwide. You know.
Right. Okay. Mm, for the lazy person. Well, I mean, it could help you find new words. That's the best I can come up with for you. But otherwise, it's just a side eye from me because you didn't write that paper, honey. It's okay. But I think for our economy may take a hit, maybe take a hit. I'm not sure about that, but it's kind of up and down. It's up and down. Lori A. Williams Wallace said, Happy Wednesday." And Miss Deborah Johnson, she said it can be helpful in research, but should never be a replacement for using your brain to process information. Absolutely, she said it best. She said it best.
she she basically just summarized what the whole PowerPoint was.
Right? Okay. Like,
Okay.
we see you, Miss Deborah. Take it out there.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that Wednesday's workshop. I hope you were all taking good notes. If you have any questions, please let us know in the chat, and we will grab them and answer them for you. Um, but I think it's time for us to transition over to our inspirational message. So, Lexi, do you have a message for us? You have something laid on your spirit for us?
I mean, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so today we'll talk about, I said it earlier, but finding your zen, right? Finding that inner peace, finding that little piece of you that's just like, okay, when everything else is going crazy, let's find calm, right? Because we live in such a crazy world where we have all these opinions and people wanting us to be and do these certain things that we're not supposed to be. Just stay calm, find your zen, whether it's meditating or drawing or writing. Like me, it's poetry. Like my new version of journaling is now poetry. So I do poetry and spoken word. That helps me find peace in such a crazy world. Whenever I'm feeling down or lonely, that is the place where I can go and I can express myself in such a way where not everybody can understand. They don't know who I'm talking about. Only I know, because that's my business, right? So just find what makes you happy at the end of the day. And that also goes with it. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, no one can make you happy or love you like you can. So do what makes you happy, no matter the cost of the relationship or whatever it is. But, be respectful towards others. I'm not saying you should just rid of all your relationships to make yourself happy, but just keep in mind to put yourself first, right? Do what makes you happy. Find your zen. What keeps your spirit at peace, and just do whatever it helps you to like pray, or if you're reading your Bible, right? Finding your inner peace, like Marian Jackson said. So what do you guys do to find your inner peace? Do you write songs? Do you listen to music? Do you go outside on a walk? Like, what helps you find your zen, right?
For me, I find my zen or my inner peace by listening to music, going for a drive. I feel like that going for a drive really helps clear my head, especially if I have a busy week, ahead of me. Um, but also, finding inner peace. You can find inner peace just by talking to someone, having a conversation with someone,
Mm-hmm.
someone who has somewhat of the same level of intellect on you. It's good to also hear a different person's perspective. See kind of like their point of view, because that'll get your engagement skills going, and not really cause a debate, but it's good for causing a debate is basically a healthy argument, but
Yeah,
but
don't
creating
do
a
that. Don't do
conversation.
that. But right? I'm gonna take that and connect it to right. So in the Bible, it took Jesus just conversations to get people saved. It wasn't a necessary physical touch. Yes, he did multiple miracles and performed miracles on people all over the place when they talked about Jesus of Nazareth. But when people got saved, it was through conversation. So remember to have conversations with those around you, because those healthier conversations can help you heal, not just help you heal, but help others heal with you, right? So when I elevate, I want to bring people with me, because right, I know where I'm heading and I know where I want to go. But at the same time, I got to keep that connection with God. So always finding my inner peace is going to help my relationship with God just be easier, just flow steadier. Like, it'll make everything easier, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I see the amens and find your zens, but I find peace through walking the metro park and listening to audiobooks. That's a great way to do it. I absolutely love walks in the park. They're so calm and peaceful. It just gives you a minute to admire what God has put out there, right? So what he's created. But yeah, finding your zen, finding your inner peace.
Kehlani also said drawing and creating art. See, I can only make stick figures. But hey, you know,
Listen,
just
shouts out to you, because he would call mine stick figures too. Yeah, sure would. We ain't got to talk about it. I'm not offended, not at
hey,
all.
no, not at all, not at all. So, Lexi, thank you for that inspirational message. Finding your peace. Somebody needed that today.
Right.
Somebody needed that today, because it's important that you put you put you first. It's not selfish at all, because you matter. You as a person matters. So find your inner peace, whatever that is. Find your inner peace. So with that being said, we just want to say thank you for tuning in, for listening, for our audio podcast listeners. Thank you for listening in. We hope that you enjoyed today's Wednesday workshop and discussion about AI. Is it a threat or is it an ally? Um, I took a little poetry thing from Lexi there just now.
Oh,
Well,
I'm glad you got something.
okay.
I'm glad you got something.
we are. He says stick figures are still art. Okay, I can
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
remember
can
that part.
appreciate
Go
that.
ahead.
Lori A. Williams Wallace says creating art or choreography. That's yeah, that definitely gives inner peace for it, especially with the motion of everything. Um, Whether you're using your utensil to draw across the canvas, or you're using your hands, your feet, your body to move across the stage, that's motion. That demonstrates inner peace, not just for yourself, but for whoever's watching you. So that's a good way for inner peace as well. And you are welcome, Miss Mary, for the discussion today. You are welcome. So with that being said, we will see you back here tomorrow on Thursday. Y'all know how we are on Thursday. That is our Friday Eve. So make sure y'all come with the laugh. Make sure y'all come with the energy. We are going to have so much fun for y'all tomorrow. And also next month, don't forget, it's the Young People Takeover.
They not ready. They not ready.
A whole month.
Right, we got to go. They not ready.
A whole month, you got your favorite dynamic duo. So I hope y'all ready for next month. And also, if you are not registered to vote, please register someone to vote. It's register a young person to vote. A recent graduated, high school senior. That's the perfect time. I believe that a high school senior should walk across the stage with a diploma in one hand and a voter registration card in the other.
Right. So don't forget, in our honorary of our temporary 3-year anniversary, don't forget about our challenge Auntie Gail talked about yesterday. Get 3 people to help you vote. Okay. 3 people, if not more. You can do more, honey. That's absolutely up to you. Do more, please.
the more the merrier. The more the merrier.
See, there we go. There we go.
So with that being said, we will see you all tomorrow for our Friday Eve. We love y'all. And you know what we say here. Make some bold moves. Yeah.